We are doing an audio check.
Aye.
Good to go? Okay. My clock just turned 9 o'clock, so we'd like to welcome everybody here. And we appreciate commissioners being here. Commissioner Quinn is online with us, and we're grateful for that. Commissioner Amador is not here today. He's excused. He had a little family emergency, flew into Boise and flew out yesterday. He had a little family emergency. So we wish him and his family the best as they're taking care of that. I text from him today, says things are just fine. So we're glad to hear that. And and welcome all of you. Thanks for being here and all your work you do with the schools. We want to go ahead with our commission work. We have the minutes review, which I was glad to read. I appreciate Commissioner Baird taking care of the meeting last time. That's the first meeting I've missed. And so I appreciate her great work and the commissioners taking care of that. So that was from February 12th. So is there any corrections or additions that need to be made to those?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
I move we accept the minutes as presented.
Okay, we have a motion to accept. Is there a second? Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, any opposed? All right, thank you. All right, next on our list is director's report. Director?
Chairman? Well, thank you all for being here today. It is an honor and a pleasure to work with you. And it's kind of hard to put into bullet points exactly what we have been up to lately. It's like so,
Take a lot of bullet points.
yes, it would. But we'll get this going. So let's see. There we go. Just some big ticket items. We're still working with PISTEM as they work on closing their doors at the end of this school year. We have another meeting with them set for April 17th, and things have gone smoothly so far. We received a letter from Elevate CUNA, and there is a copy of that letter in your packets. They are delaying opening for 1 year. So they were originally planning on opening the 27-28 school year. They're now going to be opening the 28-29 school year. We are currently reviewing one application that will be up at our June meeting. That is very small. The increased charter support update. So we have, they've been continuing to work on their leadership capacity. Succession planning is underway to address potential future vacancies and staff turnover. They have been focused on Cognia accreditation reviews and ongoing PD support in literacy and math. They have a deadline for fund submissions, which is April 30th. The state is ensuring purchases are aligned, so they're going through and reviewing each of the purchases made under that program. And to be sure that they are connected with their specific goals and renewal conditions. They are connecting schools with more financially sustainable programs and opportunities. They are providing targeted technical assistance in areas of finance, instruction, governance, and strategy and operation. And they have had some leadership engagement opportunities. Their agendas have been in February. They had the new IPCSC resources presented to them. In March, they had a commission support overview. And then in April, they have fiscal sustainability strategies, just an idea of what they've been focusing on a month-by-month basis. And this is the update that I've received from the department. Any questions?
Please.
You can announce that the commissioner entered.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if I could see him up there. Did Commissioner Amador get in? There he is. Welcome, Commissioner. Thanks for getting in online.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We just excused you, so I'll unexcuse you now.
Sorry, I had to figure out the Wi-Fi.
Well, it's great to have you as part of the meeting. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Can you go ahead and click on the next slide? This remote is not working. we go. An update on our authorizer fees. As of yesterday's date, we have billed $485,825 in authorizer fees, and we had received $483,325 in authorizer fees. The formula is $25 per student with a minimum fee of $2,500 and a maximum fee of $10,000. So just to give you an idea of some of the interesting data here, the number of our schools paying the minimum fee is 3, and then the number of our schools paying the maximum fee is 36, and then everyone else falls in between those two extremes. And the one remaining is in the mail. The check is in the mail. So that's looking really well. Any questions on our authorizer fees?
Mr. Chairman, I have just a question out of curiosity.
Yes, please.
Rachel, are those fees established in statute, or are those something that we have the ability to change if we wanted to?
I believe it's an internal policy. We have the ability to change.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, by statute.
It's in statute.
That we charge it.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. We set the,
So clarification,
Yes.
it's in statute that we charge it, but the amounts are negotiable. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, I hear the question.
It's in statute that we can charge authorizer fees, but the amount is negotiable.
I believe it was established in 2024. I can pull the
By commission.
by mission action for
The amounts.
the amounts.
Okay.
oh goodness. There we go. You guys have a copy of this in your binders because it's really small. This is just a snapshot of our current budget status. The commission remains in a strong financial position with spending tracking below expectations with no risk of exceeding the approved budget. Personnel and operating costs are well controlled, supported in part by early year vacancies, and contingency reserves remain fully intact, providing added flexibility. Both the general and dedicated funds are stable, with expenditures expected to balance across funding sources by year end. While a few categories appear elevated due to timing of annual expenses, overall spending remains within the budget. The commission is well positioned to close the fiscal year with disciplined spending, stable fund management, and continued financial strength. Any questions? That concludes my director report. Any questions?
Good. All right, thank you very much, Richard Burke. We appreciate that. Next on the agenda is consideration of a new charter school application, Idaho Agritech Academy. So if you'd like to, please come forward, and then we'll have, as soon as you get up here seated, we'll have Director Burke, we get us started with this. How did this guy get so lucky?
Commissioners,
Okay, please, Director Burke.
the new charter school application for Idaho Agritech was initially received on January 26th, 2026. The IPCSC staff collaborated with the school to provide feedback and develop the final application and evaluation on March 26th, 2026. The final application is available as attachment 3A. The school intends to operate in Canyon County, Idaho, beginning fall of 2027. That I'll
Okay, so we need to have you give us your name and your position, so we have that for the record, if you would, please.
Sure. My name is Sue Lux. I'm the founder and school leader. Do we need to go through the whole?
Yeah, why don't we just go down the line to start with?
Nanette Merrill. Do you want his name or do you want?
Position.
And your position,
I'm the board chair.
Randy Allenbach, vice chair.
Beverly Evans, board member.
Andrea Shoemaker, board member.
Lori Itzinga, board member.
Jonathan Gold, treasurer.
Okay, thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Right. Well, good morning, commissioners. Like I said, my name is Sue Lux. I'm the founder of Idaho Agritech Academy. I'm joined by the founding board of directors. I'll tell you a little bit more about them on the next slide. Our goal is to prepare the next generation of leaders who will sustain and innovate within one of Idaho's most important industries. And our mission is powerful. Idaho Agritech Academy equips students with the knowledge, skills, and entrepreneurial mindset to thrive in modern agriculture through hands-on learning, community partnerships, and a rigorous STEM integrated curriculum. Do we have, do we have the clicker power? So today I'm joined by an impressive group of people. Our founding board brings deep expertise in education, agriculture, finance, and workforce development. Each of them shares a commitment to building a school that prepares students not only for graduation, but for meaningful careers in Idaho agriculture. I'm Sue Lux, as I said. I bring over 20 years of charter school experience. I have led and opened charter schools in 4 states, including 2 here in Idaho. And I'll pass it to Nanette to tell a little bit more about her.
Yep, good morning, commissioners. Annette Merrill, I also bring 20+ years of education, both teaching and leading to this board. I was the founding principal for 2 charter schools here in the Treasure Valley, and I currently am serving as the executive director for the Idaho Charter School Association.
Good morning, my name is Randy Allenbach. I am the CEO of Pacific Front Contractors. We are an Idaho-based commercial general contracting firm with over 50 years, founded in Idaho, and we got our start in ag. And prior to that, I worked in education. I helped open a local Idaho charter school and developed and ran it. Jonathan?
Like I said, I'm the treasurer. I worked in education finance for 20 years, so 26 would be a good number. So I've worked supporting K-12 throughout Idaho.
I am Lori Itzinga. I have a lifetime in production agriculture, cultural crop farm, and cow management. I'm a veteran ag teacher, most recently in Homedale, and for the last 10 years, I have served as a special programs coordinator for Idaho FFA Foundation, specializing in industry relations and tours and proficiency award applications.
Good morning, my name is Andrea Shoemaker. I serve as the assistant dean here at the community college, the College of Western Idaho. So the post-secondary option for students that would be participating in this program and then moving on for transfer opportunities. I serve as the assistant dean, so 4 programs over agricultural sciences at CWI, and just opened our 40-acre educational farm and are expanding those programs.
Hi, I'm Clara Lee Evans. Formerly about 9 years, the executive director for the Idaho FFA Association, and then worked as well for the National FFA organization. Then I have a lot of experience in business and entrepreneurship, both in and out of the agriculture sector.
Thank you. Impressive group of people. We'll go to the next slide, please. Agriculture is Idaho's largest industry, contributing more than $11 billion to our state's economy and supporting thousands of jobs across rural and urban communities. Yet we aren't preparing our students for this greatest demand of our state. We're facing a serious challenge also. The average American farmer is nearing retirement, and at the same time, agriculture is rapidly evolving through technology, automation, precision agriculture, and data-driven farming. The next generation of agriculture leaders will need a very different skill set than those in the past. Nationally, we are already seeing the consequence of this. The United States is losing an average of 63 farms every single day. More than 23,000 farms each year. Since 2017, nearly 162,000 farms, about 13% of the nation's total, have gone out of business, representing the loss of nearly 24 million acres of farmland. These numbers lead us to a critical question. Who will lead Idaho agriculture into the future? Preparing the next generation to lead must start now.
Despite agriculture being Idaho's leading industry, there are no ag-focused charter schools in Idaho. Canyon County has a rich agricultural history and strong interest in protecting that heritage. So much so, it's written into the Nampa City plan. Canyon County has grown over 25% since 2010. It is among the fastest growing counties in Idaho. The Treasure Valley continues to attract thousands of new residents annually. Growth is concentrated in areas directly within our proposed attendance boundary. This isn't hypothetical demand. We are building for growth that is already happening. Idaho.
I'm sorry, I'm a little concerned we're not getting you on the recording.
Oh,
You get-
okay, yeah.
I'm having a hard time hearing it anyway, so.
Would you like me to start over?
No, just keep going.
Okay.
Just a little louder.
Idaho Agritech Academy doesn't just add seats, it adds relevant, future-focused opportunities for a rapid growing community. Student need access to hands-on technical training, STEM integrated agricultural learning, industry connections, and real-world experiences. Idaho Agritech Academy was designed to meet that need. We are creating a school where students learn agriculture the way it exists today, through science, technology, engineering, and business.
So Idaho Agritech plans to serve students grade 9 through 12 through a hands-on, career-connected model. Students will experience, STEM integrated academics, career and technical education pathways, career or industry mentorship, supervised agricultural experiences, internships and externships with local partners, and our model ensures that learning happens not just in the classroom, but through real-world application.
One of the most exciting aspects of our model is alignment with post-secondary opportunities. This shows current pathways to degrees and certificates available just at CWI, so you can see that on this slide here. Students will have pathways that connect them directly to agricultural sciences degrees, agribusiness programs, technical certifications, industry licenses, and dual credit opportunities. Through partnerships with institutions such as the College of Western Idaho and other higher educational partners, students can begin earning college credit while still in high school. This creates a seamless pathway from high school into college, certification programs, or directly into the workforce. The bottom line is this: every agritech student will have the opportunity to leave high school with either a degree or an industry certification.
At Idaho Agritech Academy, FFA won't just be an add-on, but it's an integral part of everything that we do. FFA is one of the most powerful youth leadership development tools available today, and it develops the student's potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success using agricultural education as its vehicle. So it doesn't just teach agriculture, it builds confident communicators, community servants, problem solvers, and leaders that we need for the coming generations. FFA also doesn't just prepare students for careers in agriculture, it develops the whole human. It creates engaged, responsible citizens who understand how to work in leadership in their communities and develop a better world. Major focus areas when we think about FFA are going to be leadership and initiative, public speaking and communications, and then career readiness, work ethic, and responsibility. It prepares people to be a leader in any field that they choose to be in.
Our graduates will be prepared for careers and or post-secondary paths in fields such as production agriculture, plant science and horticulture, animal science, agriculture technology, precision agriculture, agriculture mechanics, agribusiness and entrepreneurship, food innovation, and natural resource management. These are not only traditional agricultural roles, but they represent the modern technology-driven fields of agriculture.
This is a list of high demand careers within the agricultural sector. As you can see, the opportunities are extensive and diverse. Don't let the busyness of this slide overwhelm you. I simply wanted to illustrate all the types of careers that are readily available. Agriculture today goes far beyond traditional farming. It includes careers in technology, science, engineering, business, environmental management, and skilled trades, all which are essential to sustaining and advancing Idaho's agricultural economy. We want our students to understand the full spectrum of opportunities that are available. Our program is designed to give students the chance to research, explore, and experience these firsthand. These careers offer strong wages, long-term stability, and meaningful opportunities to contribute to Idaho. By exposing students to these pathways early and helping them discover where their interests and their talents align, our goal is to empower them to build successful futures while strengthening Idaho's agricultural workforce for generations to come.
Industry partnerships are a cornerstone of our model. We've received letters of support across the agriculture sector from leaders who recognize the importance of preparing the next generation. Some of the ways these partnerships will support students are technical advisory committee, mentorship, supervised agriculture experiences or SAEs, internships and externships, career exploration opportunities, industry guidance on curriculum, supplies, and facilities, guest lecturers, and industry tours. This ensures our program remains aligned with real workforce needs.
We've already seen a strong early interest. Actually, as of last night, we are at 115 people on our interest list and over 300 followers across our social media platforms. And what's important to note about that is this is just the beginning. We are still in very early stages. We have not yet launched any formal marketing campaigns, attended any recruitment events, or finalized a facility location, all of which are known drivers of enrollment growth. We also have more than a year to intentionally build awareness and engagement in the community. This early organic interest, even before full outreach begins, reflects a clear demand for a school that connects education directly to Idaho agriculture.
While our school focuses on career preparations, academic rigor remains central. Students will engage in STEM integrated curriculum aligned with the Idaho academic standards. We will measure success through state academic assessments, post-secondary readiness indicators, career and technical certification completion and skills assessments, student graduation and post-secondary placement. Our goal is for students to be both college and career ready.
We built a conservative, disciplined financial model that prioritizes stability from day one. Our approach is grounded in realistic enrollment projections, strong financial oversight, strategic use of startup resources. As we grow, our model scales, intentionally ensuring long-term sustainability while maintaining high-quality programming for students. Some key highlights within our application: reopening support from Bloom, pursuing CSP funding as well as other federal grants and funding streams were available, receiving financial training and support from the folks at Bloom, and a financial plan based on projections of increase in demand and enrollment. The school has made assumptions within its projected budget that include a projected enrollment of 270 students as well as the receipt of CSP grant funding. We understand that we cannot rely on either or both of those assumptions, which is why we will not just rely on the projections we have put here on paper, but instead we will continue to build, review, analyze, and project a budget based on enrollment expectations that are realistic and that are conservative in nature. The budget is not just completed as part of the application process, but is a living document that is reviewed monthly at board meetings and analyzed through the planning phase to ensure we have adequate resources to operate effectively and meet the needs of kids. Again, our budget will be scalable and aligned with enrollment to ensure we maintain financial viability of the IB. Long-term goals would include 60 days cash on hand, appropriate fund balance to ensure financial stability and flexibility to meet the needs of kids, and ensure we have a staffing model that will be focused on meeting instructional goals. Throughout the pre-opening process, we will work to mitigate financial risks through a transparent review of the budget and our enrollment, with a keen eye towards conservatism and ensuring adequate financial resources to ensure a successful year.
Our school will succeed because it sits at the intersection of three very powerful forces: Idaho's largest industry, a growing workforce demand, and a school model designed with industry partners. We're not simply opening another high school. We are building a school designed to prepare students to lead the future of agriculture in Idaho. Agriculture is not only our state's largest industry, it is essential for our economy, our communities, and our way of life. The future of that industry depends on how well we prepare this coming generation. And that is exactly what Idaho Agritech was designed to do. Thank you for letting us present our vision to you today, and we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate all of you being here. Very impressive to see the whole board here. Thank you. Questions, Commissioner? Yes, please, Commissioner Henry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You've incorporated the FFA program. Have you looked at the cooperative extension program at the University of Idaho incorporating
That's Sue.
Sure. The University of Idaho is currently working on integrating 4-H projects into high school curriculum as well. I've been in contact with Christy Evans, who is the developer for that program based outside of American Falls, and she would love to collaborate with us. In addition, Canyon County's extension office is located in Caldwell, as are the fairgrounds. So those are very closely placed in the area, and projected work arrangements have been made with them, as well as the Owyhee County Extension based out of nursing.
it? Follow up, Mr. Chairman.
Please.
I didn't hear, maybe you said something about dual credits at College of Western Idaho. Is that going to be possible?
Yeah, so part of the model is integrating curriculum. I currently serve as the liaison for all of our high schools that want to earn college credit while they're attending high school. And so we work with those high school faculty, we ensure that the curriculum aligns, and then we give those students college credit. So we transcript it on a transcript, and then students earn college credit. So we would mirror a lot of curriculum to that within this.
Okay, thank you. One last follow-up.
Yes, please, Commissioner.
Did you say 270 enrollment? That was the rest of it.
Yeah,
And it's based on
odds.
what?
John, please.
Yeah, I know.
So there's a little bit of a procedure here.
Talk through that too, what our initial projections.
Sure, well, we are projecting 300 students year one, and then we'll add 12th grade year two to reach 400. So 270 is our break even.
And you're gonna advertise or?
Yes, we'll have an extensive marketing campaign. We'll participate in community events. We'll host open houses. Yes, we have.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Other questions, commissioners?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, please, Commissioner Quinn.
I have been on the commission for a little over 10 years, and I think this is the most impressive introduction to a charter school I've seen. You are to be commended. The topic is most unique. I don't think we've had one focused on an industry like this, and I agree with the need. And I would hope you would consider Northern Idaho.
We'll get the first one done really well. I want to talk about that.
No, it's very impressive what you've all done. Thank you.
And please, Commissioner Bear.
Can you clarify for me your relationship with Bloom? I know there'll be a fellowship, there'll be back office services. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Sure.
Yes, you go ahead.
I'm currently a fellow with Bloom now. I'll continue to be a fellow next year, along with the ag director that is coming on in the summer. So she will also be a Bloom fellow. And then Bloom will support us in the back office really indefinitely.
Yes, please.
I also read, part of your financial plan is philanthropy, excuse me. Tell me a little bit about that. I always get a little nervous when schools want to rely on.
Sure, we are not relying on that on an ongoing basis. So grant startup will definitely, I think Jonathan can speak a little bit more to that. Do you want to take?
You can keep going.
Okay. But philanthropy, donations and volunteerism, all of that will be something that will be an added perk, but it's not built in as a need for our budget.
Except for the CSP.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Other questions? So if I may, so I was curious, you got all connections with university, this college and FAA and so forth. Is there going to be any outreach for opportunity for internships in industry itself?
Yes.
too?
Yes. Lori, would you like to take that?
Yes. I've had the privilege of working directly with industry and FFA members for the last 10 years. It would be a goal to have an affiliated membership where all of our students have the opportunity to participate in FFA. And with that, we have a tremendous amount of workforce opportunities and internships through the supervised agriculture experiences. That is an integral part of the 3-circle model that FFA and ag education encompass. Those can be anywhere from their projects that go to fair, as I talked with Commissioner Hedrick about, to industry partnerships. Some of those become a little tricky age-wise with OSHA expectations, but OSHA 10 is one of the certificates that we would pursue for all of our students, and has become an industry and ag science cornerstone realistically since 2020 with the COVID pandemic.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Please, Commissioner Barrett.
I'm not familiar with the geographic area, so are you geographically close to CWI? So will students be able to attend classes on campus as well as virtually?
Yes, that's the goal. We have not found our permanent location yet, so we're still looking into co-locating actually on campus or a building very near CWI.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate the presentation. Harkening back to a little bit of my past as an ag major in college and as a American FFA degree holder, I give a lot of credence to the FFA organization, that experience into shaping who I became as a person. And when you grow up and you get to serve on the Idaho Charter School Commission, apparently you did something right along the way. So I give some credence to ag education and say that a little bit tongue in cheek, but I really do believe in the aims and the goals and the opportunities through ag education and the experience through FFA. So I'm really excited about this potential opportunity and the potential for the school. So I really hope that you are successful.
Thank you, Commissioner Woodor. Well, I think that what you're doing really fits the bigger spirit of what charter schools were developed for, innovation and new. So we appreciate it. Plus, you're a great organization. So, Commissioner Henry.
Mr. Chairman, if we're ready for a motion.
That'd be
I'd like
great.
to move that we approve a new charter school application for Idaho Ag Tech Academy for 6-year term, effective July 1st of 27 with the following 3 conditions. First, that the charter holder provide the Idaho Public Charter School Commission with a defined facilities lease agreement or facilities purchase agreement by March 1st of 27. Second, that the charter holder provides the Idaho Public Charter School Commission its budget for the 27-28 school year, showing a balance year 1 budget based on the enrollment numbers from its spring 2027 lottery by June 1st of 27. And thirdly, that the charter holder provides the Idaho Public Charter School Commission with a copy of all grants, loans, and contracts that are part of the year 1 budget by June 1st, 2027.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Okay. Have a second. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Of course not.
Good luck.
Nice job. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Okay, next on our agenda, consideration of amendments to performance certificate, Hayden County Charter School. How are you today?
Hello, Chairman. Good.
May I ask permission to stand as I present? I'm more
can.
comfortable standing, but I don't want to be intimidating, but I appreciate standing if that's okay.
No, that's great. Why don't you have a seat for just a minute?
Okay.
And we'll let Director Burke start off and then we'll turn the time over to you. Director?
Commissioners, Hayden Canyon Charter School seeks to amend its performance certificate to add a second enrollment program, a hybrid home partnership model where students attend on-site 2 to 3 days per week and complete the rest of their learning at home with parent support and teacher oversight. This model aims to expand family access to flexible learning options while maintaining full academic accountability through certified teachers, standardized curriculum, and consistent performance monitoring.
Okay. Just, we know who you are, but if you just give us your name and your position so we get it on the recording, and then please go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Commission, I'm Sam Abrams. I personalize education without sacrificing accountability and standards. That's what I do for a living. My current role is charter admin. Other roles that I've had are school startup. In fact, I've actually started a school very similar to the one you just authorized in another country. And so my background is innovative and always student-centered for outcomes that our community needs and kids need. So that's who I am. Any questions about who I am before I get started?
Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll have a few questions after you're done.
Awesome, thank you. And we do have one board member that is virtual. Charlie, can you say hi? So that's Charlie, he's a board member. We are
Morning,
up,
commissioners. Thank you for seeing us.
we are up north, and so getting everyone here in an impressive like this just wasn't possible with our current budget, and so I'm here. I did sleep in my car last night to make sure I'm here on time and things. So we are good and excited to be here. So thank you for joining, Director Charlie. So HCC is in its 5th year of operation. I'm the 4th leader, and we're really trying to get some stability at the school to really start excelling for our mission and vision of expeditionary learning. There's been some variables that I inherited in my first year as of July 1, and it was an exodus of families to access the new tax vouchers to do some homeschool things. So our enrollment has dropped since I took over. In my investigation, there's a lot of families in North Idaho that are looking for more control over their education, but they still want the expeditionary options. So when I interviewed families that were leaving, they wanted to stay at our school, but they chose more control over the expeditions that we are offering. My amendment here is to recapture those enrollments and accountability for families that want more of that. So we currently have one enrollment program. There is a growing demand for hybrid options. We were on a state budget meeting, and this year alone, 4,000 students have left public ed. And so we need to communicate to Idaho families that they want to stay with us. We need to give them more options. And again, this isn't about just enrollment or financial stability, but it's about student outcomes. And so we want to have pillars of these programs that hold us accountable for excellence. So again, under my leadership in this first year, we do have conditions with the commission. And so just let me give you a quick update. Through the charter support program, we have been able to implement a guaranteed and viable curriculum building-wide, so we can increase our English and our math scores. We have implemented an MTSS framework, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 interventions to make sure that no kids are getting through the cracks, and we're really identifying who needs specialized support. Data-informed instruction. And so again, we're getting data in the hands of teachers so they know what students need, so then they can differentiate to what the kids need. And again, strong leadership is part of that model, where instead of a top-down leadership where they do what I say, I have implemented a leadership model of empowerment. That here's our mission and vision. What is the data telling you? How can I support you in my role rather than teachers and staff and parents waiting to be told how to do a lot of that. So again, we're looking for a collaborative leadership model to make sure that kids get what they need. So again, what we are proposing is two programs at HCC. One, a seat time based model where you come 4 days a week and you're with us every minute of the enrollment. The program two is you would still be held accountable to high standards. We're not looking for any variation standards. We want every kid to be able to read. We just want to meet the market need of parents that are saying, we want to keep kids at home a little more. We want more control. And so we are meeting parents that are asking for this. And I'll talk about the market up in North Idaho in just a little bit. The students in program two would have access to all of our expeditionary learning. We are currently in negotiations with the State Parks of Idaho to have an official MOU, memo of understanding, that we would be a service learning opportunity school for Idaho State Parks, where our kids get into the state parks and work with rangers. If you can imagine learning how to make honey, and then we have all-day students that get on a yellow bus and go learn how to make honey. And families that want more control can also still get on that bus and go learn how to make honey. So there is precedence to what I'm asking for. Just one example is Richard McKenna in Mount Home. They have 4 enrollment programs. And so the charter has precedence for allowing a charter school to have more than one program. And so again, our job as a school is to make sure we're excellent, we're growing, we're getting better, we're working. If you do talk to Director Rachel or other people in the room, Jonathan Gillum and I work very well together. And Mary Gervasi, who's leading the charter support program, if you want to ask them questions on the collaboration, that we are getting better and that we are very interested in growing and getting better to make sure we have really good programs. So again, 4 pillars of these programs: partnership with parents, academics is a focus so we can meet the needs of kids and meet our conditions, build a community. So as an expeditionary school, we are partnering with the city of Hayden. We are partnering with the Coeur d'Alene tribe. We are partnering with the Idaho State Parks, like I mentioned earlier. We're partnering with a co-working space called Break Room for an entrepreneurship fair. We are really trying to get into the community to make our campus kind of like a learning campus for all, where kids can learn from mentors and see the real world about them. And that's what our mission is about as a charter school in the expeditionary learning. And again, we're trying to produce tailored experiences to kids' passions. So for instance, one example is I had a 7th grade girl come to me. Whoops, I'm pushing, I thought that was back. I had a 7th grade girl write me a proposal as school leader saying, can we raise chickens on campus? So we went out and got a grant to make a chicken coop. And then now we're going to have chickens, and our students are going to help raise chickens on our campus as a student-led tailored experience for business, for collaboration. And she's generated momentum within the school to have a student-led after school thing in raising chickens. And so again, all these tailored experiences are a real big push at our school. So again, accountability is a huge part of my leadership. We need to be held accountable, and in fact, more accountable is what I would advocate for. Not just test scores, but we want to make sure that kids are ready for the next step. In my past, my last slide talks about my past. I don't know if I'm successful until kids have left 4 years after. And that's the data we want to see. So if we are only until 8th grade at HCC, we want to know were they successful by the time they reach senior year? We want to capture that data. So we want to be held accountable to the outcomes that we're preparing kids for. So again, accountability structures for program number 2 would be a certified teacher overseeing every single student, a personalized learning agreement that is reviewed weekly, universal screening, so iReady and Amira, which are state tests to progress monitor kids' reading and math scores. MTSS support, one of the things that we are going to be implementing is a reading and math specialist at the school. And so this reading and math specialist will be working with these families in a hybrid model. And then again, we want to track data over time so we can see trends in the kids' learning, communicate that with the parents so we can be reactive to the data. So again, I talked about this a little bit before. When I first got there, MTSS was mentioned, but it wasn't a robust system. So this year we have implemented tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 interventions per kid. So we have data on who's in the red in reading and math and who needs a little more intervention, and then who gets the tier 1 interventions. And so we're working really, really hard as a team to make sure we know where our kids are. So again, this isn't just learn at home. We want to put in place in this enrollment model that you still have to come to school. We believe in community, so we want to build a community of learners, even if they are doing some of the work at home. We call it crew. And we want to reach out to the families in North Idaho and say, come be our crew. You belong at our school. You're welcome to come here. There will be office hours to come. If we have an assembly, like we just had an assembly with a community partnership about a man who lost his eyesight, and now he's this motivational speaker. And we had CNI service animals in our campus. And I would love to be able to tell the homeschool communities and other people that want that experience to come into our crew and be crew and get these experiences from some of the things that is happening at our school. One authentic community project that we are doing with the City of Hayden, and the City of Hayden is on board, is we are going to put on an annual storytelling festival with the City of Hayden, where we will have 98-year-old historians that are part of the Hayden Preservation Society, the Hayden Historical Preservation Society, come and tell stories about the history of Hayden. And then our students will tell stories. And we're going to have this community, authentic community project. And we just want to reach out to the parents of North Idaho that want a different way of educating their kids and provide that program for them so they can participate. So our request to you is to approve this program with high accountability, hold me accountable for high reading scores, high math scores, financial sustainability. Hold me accountable. That's what I'm asking for. And we will put in place a program that the market requests. And so here is what I want to talk about. So a sample schedule is on the board there. So they would do some iReady, independent reading, parent facilitated discussion, but then they're on campus on Tuesday. And they're socializing with our students. They're playing with kids on the playground. They're getting those soft skills that are so needed in this world today. And we want to provide that opportunity for them. So again, curriculum might be one of your questions. And so we are able to still move forward with our curriculum with our all-day students. Haggerty, iReady Math, Amira. We have gotten some grants through Project Lead the Way, which is a national recognized STEM program that we are implementing this year. We're building capacity in our teachers. We've got grants to get them the training. And now we will be implementing Project Lead the Way in our school, K-8. And so that will also be available to this hybrid program as well. We'll also access IDLA, even though they have had some budgetary cuts. as needed, and if needed, Excelis, video-based curriculum for bespoke classes that we might not be able to offer is Idaho State approved, and that can be part of supplemental curriculum as well. So how do I know this is going to work? I have met with the traditional schools up in North Idaho, and they are wanting to build a program like this as well. I've met with superintendents, and they see a market need. Their neighborhood schools are also losing families. And as I talk to these superintendents, they want a program that can meet these needs to these families. I have engaged with 2 homeschool co-op. One homeschool co-op has 500 homeschool families. And when I met with them, again, this isn't a promise, but when I met with them, the board chair of that homeschool co-op looked at me and said, "I'll bring you 100 kids tomorrow if I can pull this off." The second homeschool co-op, Brandon, he texted me this morning. He said, "Good luck. I'm rooting for you." They have about 100 kids in their co-op, and he said, "I can easily see 50 of our students signing up if you can pull this off." Because they want to get on a yellow bus. They're communicating to me, we can do the English and the math really well, but we want our kids to get that socialization, that experiences, those hands-on learning, and we think that partnership can be a real dream for us. And then as families were leaving our school early on, when I would talk to them in September, when I first got started, hey, I would call them up, "Why are you leaving us?" And they just said, "Well, we want to take advantage of the homeschool tax credit, and we just want more control." And so I said, "Okay, if there is a possibility to find a middle ground, would you sign back up?" And most of them would say, "Yeah, we love the school. We just want more of that control." So enrollment and program transfer, we would not just let families jump back and forth, but we would design policy, if you let this with the board, to ensure that if one family wants to try this program, the transfer to an all-day program or back and forth isn't just willy-nilly, but then we would try to do it at semester, or if any medical needs or any other circumstances are there. I have briefly talked about this. Yes, Hayden Canyon has been put on some financial conditions. This year, in working with Jonathan Gillum, I'm proud to say as of March 24th, we have a long runway of financial sustainability. I would like to say we did the impossible, but we did it. And so we are going to be financially viable for a long, long, long time. In fact, I think we're going to meet our debt service ratio for the first time in the history of Hayden Canyon this year, because of the work with Jonathan Gillum and some other people that have helped us. And so we are going to make sure that we meet our financial conditions. And that's a big lift that this school did. And we had a lot of support. And so with this enrollment program, it's not required for us to meet our financial conditions, but it sure would help with enrollment numbers from funding from the state to make sure we can continue to meet our financial conditions. Again, it's not required, but it sure would make it a little easier. And then our board governance, when I got hired, there were 3 board members only, 2 resigned, and we were down to 1. We now have a full board of 5. They're getting training from ISBA. Our lawyer came up and is doing training. And so if you want to ask Director Charlie about any of the momentum of governments that we're having at our school, we have a great team now of people that care about the school and the mission and vision that's governing our school. And they are supporting this program. And so I included a timeline there. So again, just this last March, the board approved me to come before you. If you approve, we will meet as a board, come up with all the policies and procedures, and then implement in 27. So this isn't looking to implement this coming fall, but it would be an implementation in 27. And then it is important to know kind of who is leading this. So I put a little bit about who I am. In 2017, a model school like that was just presented to you. The school that I was leading received the best in the nation of Qatar. Qatar's that small peninsula right next to Iran. Missiles are flying over it right now. And so in 2017, this hybrid model that I designed won the best education initiative in that country. At that time, I was able to sit with the princess. They are a monarchy there. And the princess asked me to start the nation's first STEM school. So I started the nation's first STEM school, 9 to 12, or no, grades 8 to 12. And that school, due to the hard work of the team, due to the governance of the board and the things that we put in place, won an international award in 2020 for the best in the world for teaching and learning in 2020. And so my track record is all about student-centered opportunities to work with community, to give kids an opportunity to thrive. And this program will help North Idaho citizens get what they need. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abrams. We appreciate it. Questions, Commissioner Hedrick, please.
Mr. Chairman. Sam, when charters come before us to ask for increased enrollment opportunities or programmatic expansion, they're usually seeing growth in their student population and they're having academic success. As you indicated, you have had a reduction in enrollment by over 20%, which is significant. That's a red flag. Because the domino effect is once that starts, then you see financial challenges as well as academic challenges. You also mentioned your debt to asset ratio, which right now is in the red. That's another red flag. And we can talk about what you anticipate is going to happen, but what we have is a historical view of the situation. In my mind, those two things are a challenge that you need to address on the curriculum. Do that. In fact, your asset to or your debt to asset ratio, I assume you have had to restructure your debt service. If you haven't, you're probably in the process of doing so now. I think I understand the program and I understand what you want to do. I think your application is premature. I think you're probably a year out from coming back to us and saying these problems are solved. So I have a hard time sitting here and saying I want to rubber stamp this or I want to support this. I want to support what you do, but I don't think you're in a position to do it. And I don't think this commission is in a position to support that. At least that's from my perspective. Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, did we want to answer? May I offer my thoughts too?
Let me give Mr. Abrams any comments concerning Commissioner Hendrick's remarks before we hear Commissioner Wynn.
Yeah, so I tried to address that very transparently, Chairman and Commissioner. Yes, when I got the job, we were in the red, period. We were already in the red. I inherited enrollment of 567 students. That's what we had a budget of. Day one of school, 432 kids showed up. Where did they go? What happened? So does Hayden Canyon have a track record of academic excellence? Not yet. Does Hayden Canyon have a track record of growth? Yeah, they went from 0 kids to 567. So I can see the concern. I'm here today because I don't think we're premature. I think given if this was less of a roundtable like this and you wanted to get in the weeds, I can show you some of the things that we have put in place this year to address your concerns, and that we have formative data that we are growing at a substantial rate academically. And with this new thing that just happened on March 24, that red is not going to be red anymore. But we haven't filed that report as of June 1 to have that not be red. And so we have, again, I think HCC did the impossible. We did the impossible to get out of the negative data that's there in front of you. But again, it's hard to disagree and advocate. No, trust me, right? I'm an unknown. I'm coming from international. I'm here. Would I like to be able to say, trust me, and good things will happen? I would love to be able to say that. What I can commit to you is I am relentless in my pursuit to do what's best for kids. Relentless. And people in the room, if you want to ask them, have seen that relentless pursuit in doing what's best for kids in HCC and getting these concerns addressed. But today, I don't have that data because June 1 hasn't happened to show you that we're out of this red. IRI and ISAT hasn't been tested for me to be able to say, in 1 year, here's the growth I got. I don't have that data today. So that's my response. I respect it. I hear you. And I just want to be a servant leader for the kids of North Idaho in getting what they need. And there's more out there that need what HCC can offer. And that's my request.
Thank you, Mr. Abrams. Commissioner Quinn?
So, thank you, Mr. Abrams. I guess I want you to know that as a commission, we have a measure that's consistent with all of our schools, and it's our performance certificate. And that's what we rely on. And so in looking at your performance certificate, I think we need to see that you're meeting the conditions to either a meet or an exceed for us to be talking about any other changes to your program.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Quinn. Mr. Abrams, any?
So again, I personally didn't think it was premature. If that is the two commissioners, I can respect that. And at least you've now heard it. You've seen the direction HCC is going, and that we are going to take the data seriously and we're going to get better. And that's what's going to happen. HCC is going to get better, and we're going to work hard, and we're going to continue down that path. I still think that if this program enrollment was authorized, that more kids outside of the public enrollment would come, and those citizens of Idaho would get growth at a higher rate because they'd have an oversight of a certificated teacher that they don't have right now.
Any other questions, commissioners?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to ask Director Wolf his thoughts on his understanding of what we need.
Okay, Director Wolf?
Good morning. Thank you, commissioners. Yeah, I'm here to support our administrator, Mr. Abrams, and we did meet and vote. I do understand, Commissioner Quinn, what it is you're looking for. I think we can work towards that. I guess I would just reinforce, I think this was a plan well laid out by Mr. Abrams, that it isn't initiated even this year, but it was set up to be, again, supported and then developed throughout the year for fiscal year of 27. So.
Do you understand we need to see that the conditions are met, that the performance certificate is as this commission expects, before we start making other changes.
I do. I hear that. Thank you very much. Met or exceeded.
Thanks.
Commissioner Pauls.
I was just wondering if you could explain a little bit more what you did to meet your financial conditions. Just after you take grants, what's happened to?
Yes,
Mr. Abrams. Go ahead.
Chairman. Yes, so we have gone through a RIF, so reduction in force earlier in October. And then we have negotiated with our mortgage lender in a restructuring of our mortgage. If I can. Did I say enough, or Jonathan Gillum did help with this? Do you, yeah, I know I can keep an eye all on him, is it okay?
I can.
Can you call on Jonathan Gillum?
Please, John.
Chairman, Commissioners. So the part of the work that Eden Kenyon did was working with Raymond James, which is an underwriter and essentially to do a refinance. So not necessarily about mortgage, but essentially the bonds outstanding. So you can view it like a mortgage, essentially associated with the building. Part of the work they were able to do was to do some capital appreciation bonds, which allowed them to be able to take some cash out. So it is a little bit like a refinance, which will allow them to kind of stem the tides while they continue to work on enrollment increases and managing the enrollment process.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Clarification.
Can I add,
Please, Mr.
part of that bond restructuring was a contract with Charter Impact. So Jonathan is going to be with the school to ensure the finances are meeting the need. So part of that restructuring was me saying, let's make sure we get this, put in that restructuring that Charter Impact is part of our team. So now Jonathan and I are meeting after this meeting to begin that partnership to make sure that we're financially sustainable moving forward and that we have conservative budget moving forward and we don't get in the situation that HCC got in before I arrived ever again. Yes.
Sure.
Yes, please.
You mentioned that if your amendment was approved, that students would be instructed by a certified teacher, which is not currently happening. Can you help me understand that?
Mr. Abrams.
So the market right now, they're being instructed just by parents. And so if we gave them the ISAT, we would see Idaho citizens up in North Idaho all over the place, some of them not reading. We had one student enroll as a 5th grader that was reading at a 1st grade level. Right now at HCC, they've made 2 years growth in 6 months time. That's one student at HCC. Is that awesome? Yeah, that's awesome. They're still not meeting the conditions of a 5th grade level, but because North Idaho has a huge population of homeschool, they're not getting overseen by a certificated teacher. What I want to tell the market is you can still have a lot of control. You'll get the support of a certified teacher. You'll get the support of research-backed curriculum, and you can get the social emotional support that your kids need in this program. And so they can have the best of both worlds, these homeschool families. And Idaho will get the citizens at the accountability and the reading and math level that's required. And that's what the 2 homeschool co-op groups are asking for. They want more reading support from a certified teacher that knows it. They want more experiences. So when I said they're not getting it, the clientele that I want to market for are the ones that want better academic outcomes, but don't have to go to a seat every single minute of the day, because that's not what the parents want in North Idaho.
Sure.
Yes, please.
Just one clarification. So you were referring to your potential students, not to current students in that.
Mr. Abrams.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. I do not want anyone to be misled. Every single student at HCC is overseen by a certificated teacher. the potential students are not overseen by a certified Idaho State certificated teacher.
Can you tell me a little bit more about, you mentioned lots of partnerships. How many of those partnerships are formal and in place or are just being explored?
Mr. Abrams?
Thank you, Chairman. So the memo of understanding, we are about to formalize it. It's going back and forth in emails. So again, I'm in my first year, a lot of the partnerships that we have, I was majority of my time was the financial, figuring out the financial things, and then also trying to form these partnerships. So there are a lot of them are being explored, but by the end of this year, we'll probably have 4 formal community partnerships for learning opportunities for expeditionary learning for HCC.
Please.
So you currently don't have formalized partnerships. These are just things you're exploring.
Mr. Abrams?
Thank you, Chairman. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you tell me what is preventing you from doing many of the things that you want to do without an amendment to your school? I understand the schedule, I understand that formal new program, but if you set that aside, what is preventing you from doing all of the other things that will improve your school and improve your improve the attendance, improve your relationship with students and families?
Mr. Abrams?
Thank you, Chairman. Again, if this amendment is not granted, we are still going to move forward full speed in our mission and vision of expeditionary learning. We're going to increase reading and math scores. We're going to formalize these partnerships. We're going to work hard. People behind me are some of my biggest cheerleaders, to be honest. So we're going to move forward. The reason I'm here today is I read our charter and it says expeditionary learning, mastery. I, in October, started moving forward with this program based on consultation with the director from the commission. I was told I needed to get an amendment. So I read our charter and I made a leadership move that I can actually do this program without an amendment. Based on consultation with the commission, they said no, because it's a change in placement and blah, blah, blah. So you ask what's preventing me from doing this? Nothing's preventing me from doing this. My focus is on the outcomes of kids and the mission of our charter. And our charter is experiences and expeditionary learning. We have to provide that. So I'm all in on the academics and I'm all in on the experiences. There is a market out there in North Idaho that is not getting what, sorry, I have Invisalign, sorry. I humbly feel that there are underserved citizens of Idaho that are not getting what they should get because no one is offering it to them. I would like to be that school that you guys hold me accountable to excellence in a different program model. And yes, I understand the concern that HCC doesn't have a track record of excellence yet, but we are going to get there. And if I'm premature, darn it. But if there's any way to get, we authorize this pending ... I would love that or something. So nothing's going to get in our way. We're going to provide an amazing school with our charter. If in program 2, there are going to be citizens of Idaho and parents that get more of what they need, and we're going to produce a better citizen for that population that's not getting served with public dollars.
Okay, please.
You said that you have a full board, you have 5 board members, is that correct? But we have 1 board member present, is that correct?
Yes.
Can you help me understand that?
Mr. Abrams?
Thank you, Chairman. Charlie, did you hear that question? Is it, Chairman, is it okay if we direct that to the director and why the other four are?
That's
not
where the
here?
others are.
Yes.
Apologize. I guess we did have a board meeting. And I was the one, and there were three of us, I believe, who stood up and said we can be available. I guess the urgency or the importance of having more board members attend this hearing, I guess, was maybe misconstrued, but at the same time, we're here to support Sam. I would just echo, I think what we're looking for is momentum and growth. So changes in policy and opportunities to continue to create change within this North Idaho community. And we believe that adding this program was part of that direction and support of where Sam is trying to head. So I think there's a lot of reasons that we've got a decline in enrollment across the state, but even across Washington State, Oregon, we're seeing decline in enrollment in general. And so what we're really trying to meet is the demand for students and the changing landscape in education models.
Okay,
Commissioner,
you.
did I answer your question? Apologize.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Reed.
I have a question myself. Maybe I misunderstood what you said, Mr. Abrams, but when you're talking about the co-op, you said the co-op can continue to teach English, et cetera, and you'll take care of the social.
Sure.
Yeah, help me understand, because I thought you were gonna teach.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. In my excitement, sometimes I don't be clear. So the program will be held accountable for all the teaching. Period. The certified teacher is accountable for all the teaching. Where that kid gets the direct instruction just might not be at home. And so there are programs like this around the nation. There are some similar ones in Idaho, I think, down south. But the idea here is that a student is enrolled in the program. Every single standard is the responsibility of a certified teacher. Where that instruction takes place sometimes can happen at home, sometimes at the school. So the teacher does all the teaching. However, there's a strict partnership with the parent that sometimes some of that instruction might happen at home with support. Again, this idea actually comes from Washington State, as I have consulted for programs like this. They're called parent partnership programs. Majority of districts in Washington State have a program like this, where the parent does a lot of the teaching at home, but it's overseen by the certified teacher. So that's where this idea came from, to meet the market need and why families are leaving public ed. So then say, hey, come back to public ed. Come back to us. We'll help you get the outcomes you need. So that's the whole idea. I didn't want to misspeak. So thank you for holding me accountable too.
Thank you for the clarification. Any other questions, commissioners?
One quick follow-up.
Please.
You mentioned the majority of districts in Washington State
Yes.
are already doing this.
Abrams.
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, so just in Spokane Valley, Central Valley School District has a parent and partnership program. Meade District has a parent partnership program. East Valley School District has a parent partnership program. I don't know any districts in Washington State that don't have a parent partnership program because of technology, because of parent choice, because we're in America, parents want more control. And there's a lot of variables out there that communicate fear to parents. So they leave public ed based on that fear. What we want to do is communicate safety. We want to communicate partnership to them. So they have a parent partnership program. In fact, there are actually third-party companies that have now breached Washington State public schools and signed contracts with superintendents in remote schools to then go poach students in Spokane who enroll 300 miles away in their parent partnership program, because one parent partnership program might not be exactly what they want. So now a student in Spokane is actually enrolled in a parent partnerships program in Seattle, and they can't get on a yellow bus. And that's what I'm trying to solve. I'm trying to solve the thing that we all read about on social media and the news and things, that kids are not well adjusted because they're not getting the social emotional play time that they need. I want to be that brick and mortar school to say, please enroll and come be our crew to get the soft skills. So when a kid leaves in 8th grade at my school, they can look a teacher in the eye and say, I am somebody and I'm ready for 9th grade. And that's what I want. I want to have high academics, math and English, and I want these kids to be so confident in who they are that they can look an adult in the eye and say, I am somebody and I'm going to do something with my life. And we're reading so much data that kids right now can't do that. And I want to be a resource for parents to say, come be with us. So you can see my passion. If the commission is handcuffed because I haven't met my conditions, not too early, darn it. But if there is a way forward, I think you've seen my history. I think if you want to talk to other people and call on them, they'll communicate that I'm so committed to the success of every single student. And that's my plea to the commission today. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Pardon me?
I just have to reiterate that you are a charter school in the state of Idaho, and we determine performances of our charter school based on the performance certificate. And at this point, at least by my understanding, you have 6 conditions. And I would hope that that would be your focus for your school and for your students. That is how we measure all schools equally in the state of Idaho.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Gwen. Commissioner Pauls?
I was just wondering when we will see your new standard for 2026, what will be the guideline for that?
Director Burke?
The annual report will come out, first version in November, and then we'll issue the final versions in January. Or February.
Any other questions, commissioners? Commissioner Henry?
I'm ready to make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Please.
I move the commission deny the Hayden Canyon Charter Amendment proposals based upon financial and enrollment challenges.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion concerning the motion? Okay, please.
Just, I will be supporting,
Yeah, we're not talking.
right,
to
I
him
was
anymore.
looking at Wanda.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I will be supporting the motion. And I also want to add that the commission is just as passionate about student success. And I hope that we see you back again with even stronger leadership, stronger board governance, stronger financials, and stronger.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, we have the motion on the table, Commissioner Hendrick, and second, Commissioner Quinn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Mr. Abrams, it's a little like what they tell people at American Idol. You're just a little early, come back. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Commissioners, for your thoughtful discussion in all of this. Okay, Liberty Charter School. Welcome.
Spread it out.
Okay, Director Burke.
Nurse Liberty Charter School is seeking an amendment to the performance certificate that would allow the school to alter the primary attendance area by updating the attendance area from west boundary, the center of Midland Road, to include only property on east side of road approximately 2 miles from west of school, to west boundary, the center of Middleton Road, to include only property on east side of road approximately 3 miles west of school.
Okay. Please, I mean, Gail, you know the drill. If you just introduce yourselves and tell us your position, so we have it for the record.
Good morning, Chairman, Reed, Commissioners. I'm Gail O'Donoghue, Federal Programs and Special Projects Coordinator at Liberty Charters.
Good morning and thank you, Chairman and Commissioners. I'm Dee Sarton Bauer and I'm a longtime board member of Liberty Charters.
Thank you, Chairman Reed. I'm Becky Stalcup. Started the school in 1999.
The legend behind it all. And Commissioner O'Donoghue. Mrs. O'Donoghue was a commissioner on the commission some years ago, for those of you that were before her time. I guess I'm the only guy old enough. So please go ahead. That's what you'd like to present.
Well, this is hopefully a very simple request, not a formal presentation. We were looking at our primary attendance area, because we're always looking at it. It's never been of different things, but as we were working on some mailers earlier this year to send out to the community, and looking at making sure we covered the primary attendance area and beyond. And to do that, there was just became a discussion between the administrator and then to the board to extend the west boundary. There's been quite a bit of growth out there. It would move some of those students that are out of bounds onto our inbounds list, which, either way, we go to our out of bounds list if we have, we're moving down through our waiting list, but just to have less on the out of bounds is sometimes nice for parents, especially as they're looking at the opportunity for admittance into the school. So that the request is pretty simple, I think, as we look at it. And again, it's funny to be sitting here. I feel like, I don't want to say age-wise that we're the old ladies in the room, but the school is certainly 27 years. And I think 22 of those have been with the Charter Commission. So we appreciate that. Appreciate that you are considering this amendment.
Thank you. Questions?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, please.
I'm sorry I'm not there with these wonderful ladies.
We are too.
But I make a motion and I don't have the information in front of me, so I'm going to let someone else. But I think just that they can continue to do the terrific work they're doing and adjust the boundaries as they need it. But someone else can do the formal motion.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners?
I'd be happy to.
Okay, please.
So I would motion that we allow Liberty Charter School to alter primary attendance area to west boundary, the center of Middleton Road, to include only property on east side.
Yes, there's a second?
Second.
Got it. Okay, I have a motion second. Any other discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay.
I just want to say thank you very much, really, for the commission. Just a little history for those of you who don't know. Mr. Reed was here, but this commission was started because in 1999 it was so divisive in our community, the charter, because it was one of, I think, the two first that we had gone to the state board. And that's why the commission was created, because at that time was so divisive for communities to have something like this. So you have no idea how much I appreciate all of you. Amen. It was life-changing for us.
Okay, victory.
All right.
Upward to victory. Is that what?
I sound a little familiar here, Commissioners. Victory Charter School is seeking an amendment to the performance certificate that would allow the school to alter the primary attendance area by updating the attendance area from west boundary, the center of Midland Road, to include only property on east side of road, approximately 2 miles west of school, to west boundary, the center of Middleton Road, to include only property on east side of road, approximately 3 miles west of the school.
Anything else?
I would just introduce to you, if I may, again, online is Leslie Malden, who is chairman of Victory Charter School Governing Board. Leslie is also a founder of Victory Charter School. She has served on the board since the very beginning of the school. Also online is Tara Luce, who is a co-administrator at Victory Charter School. Our other co-administrator, Dr. Mary Ann Saunders, is with about 80 students, I believe, 70, 80 students in Florida at a music heritage festival competition. They left, I think, early this morning or late last night. And it's what's really awesome about that choir music program is that being next door, Liberty and Victory Charter School being next door to each other, it is concurrent dual enrollment between the two schools. So there's students from Liberty and Victory on that program. So she is not able to, Dr. Saunders is not able to be with us, but Ms. Malden and Mrs. Luce are. So the same thing, because we are next door to each other, that was not planned. Again, as Mrs. Stalkup referred to back in the early days, and Victory was getting going, there weren't a lot of options for land and buying. And so at that time, way back in the day, Victory Charter School approached Liberty Charter School and said, hey, you got 10 acres, right? Would you give some of them to us? And the boards worked together and with through Mrs. Stalkup's amazing budget genius, had that all was able to occur. And so with that then created other really cost saving measures such as busing and sharing those expenses and such, dual enrollment between the high schools and such. So Victory again went to their board and asked and approved, contingent on your approval, this extension of their primary attendance areas so that the busing and all of that remains consistent. So that is their, they are also here today. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions, commissioners? Okay, do we have a motion?
Sure. Yeah. I would entertain a motion to allow Victory Charter School to alter the their attendance area to west boundary center of Middleton Road to include only property at east end of the road.
Okay, is there a second? Second. Have a second, motion is second, any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, thanks so much, commissioners, if you want.
Thank you.
If
Thank you
want-
very much. Thank you. Just saying thank you
You're
for
welcome.
everything that you do.
If you want a real feel-good experience about education, go visit one of those schools.
Wow. Agreed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, next on our agenda, financial management. Director, 27 operating budget.
Yes, and can get that projected. Let me get the team will get that up there for you. You also have a copy of it in your binders. Thank you, Joy. The Finance Committee has had an opportunity to go through our detailed budget and give it a thumbs up and feedback. And this is the overall operating budget for FY27. The fiscal year 27 operating budget reflects a 1.986% increase over the adjusted fiscal year 26 base. The budget includes a total of $10,000 in general fund holdbacks and reversions, including amounts incorporated in House Bill 874 and an additional 2% holdback for FY 2027. Personnel costs increased by 2.387%. However, no salary increases are included for FY 27. The increase is primarily attributable to higher benefit costs, which have trended closer to 40% of salary compared to the previously budgeted rate of approximately 37%. Operating expenditures increased by 0.348%, which is below anticipated inflationary pressures and may reduce purchasing power during the fiscal year. To maintain these constraints, the agency will closely monitor expenditures, prioritize essential operating needs, and implement cost containment measures as necessary to remain within available appropriations. The agency's operations are primarily personnel and service-based and do not require capital expenditures.
Okay, thank you. And that charge on the finance committee was led by Commissioner Hendricks, so we appreciate your work there.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, as you are aware, you and I are, I guess, on that committee. And I had a chance to ask questions of Rachel and staff. I believe that we're understaffed. It's unfortunate, I think, that the legislative action did not include some growth. But I find that the operating budget is well proposed and appropriate, so I will move that we adopt budgets.
Okay, thank you. The motion on the table then? Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, a motion is second to approve the budget. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, thank you, Rachel, and your team and Commissioner Henry for taking care of that. We appreciate it. Is there any other public comment? Wait, that you signed up? No? Okay. All right. Well, Commissioners, thank you so much for your time, your effort to be here. Those of you online, I hope all goes well. And we appreciate all of you being here. Thanks for being with us today. Our meeting's adjourned.
See you guys.
I made a new record.